Hello and welcome to another match of the Reversed Captainsmode tournament, the third edition of the AtoD, organized by Ham Sandwich. And of course you can buy your ticket for this tournament inside the game client, but you can also watch it here as well as on Boberg's stream or Join Dota's Epi's stream. But you are here with me, so happy times incoming. Kingston, HWA Kingston, has played a couple of games already in this mode. I think they've won one, lost one right now. And we're gonna see Empire if they can get themselves another win to their name, as they just won themselves another game. Their first game, actually, where they gave away the Invoker. They had the most different playstyle in this mode than all the other teams so far. So I'm kind of interested to see what they're gonna be doing with their lineup right now. As just a quick rundown of how this mode is actually working. As Empire, if you're talking from Empire's point of view, you ban out heroes that you do not want to play, and you do not want your opponent to pick them for you, because you pick heroes that HWA goes to play, and HWA is drafting for you in return. In terms of how you can see this on the screen, it's very simple. I mean, the bans are the same way. You can see just the bans there, and now you see that HWA has got the first pick. They will pick something and it will appear on the other team's screen, and vice versa. So that's the way that you can see who's drafting and where it's gonna go. So the heroes that appear next to the team's name are actually the ones that are drafted by the opponent team. That's how it goes. Now they can't draft anything that they want for their opponent team, because there are certain rules they have to keep. So they have to make sure that their opponent team is getting at least one ranged, one intellect, one agility, so one of each attribute. And then they also have to make sure that there is 2 ranged heroes in the team for their opponent team. So those are the 2 rules that they have to make use of. By the way, as I said, this is a group stage. Did I say that? Hereby I said it. It's a group stage of Europe. There's also a group stage of Americas. Those are casted by Dota. If you want to watch those, you can watch them tonight at 1 AM CEST time. But in group stages, of course, there is a chance that there is going to be ties. If there is a tie, it will be decided by the amount of kills a team has. So kills are important. Fountain farming at the end of the game is important. But let's see if it's needed or not. We're going to be seeing the Phantom Assassin picked up by Empire for HWA, and that is going to be their first agility hero. They've gotten themselves a Necrolite. Now we have seen Necrolite a couple of times already, and I'm not sure. I don't think that's a bad hero to have, to be fair. I mean, he's a very sustainable hero. I think we've seen him on the winning side mostly. He has got a disable in a way. And Empire, actually, the Empire was the team that had gotten Zeus up against Mouse in the previous game, and they were able to make it work in the end. I mean, we saw triple kills, we've had double kills, Zeus really making it work, but they were giving it away to Kingston instead. We're gonna be seeing what Empire then is gonna be getting in return, because now that HWA knows that they have a Zeus, they can just make sure that only heroes that they pick up are squishy heroes, and very strong against, very weak against the Zeus. Let's just put it that way. And they pick up the sniper first, of course, a fairly squishy hero. And we're gonna be seeing what they're gonna be picking up next for the last pick in this, well, the last pick that HWA can do in this drafting phase, anyways, before the next banning phase starts. Is it going to be a strength hero that is squishy? A Wisp would do, for example. And I mean, that would give their opponent 3 ranged heroes, actually. So another strength hero that is squishy. There's not that many that are squishy, but you could, for example, still give them the Huskar if you really want to. But again, that's a ranged hero. What am I saying only ranged heroes for? But then if you go for the squishy strength heroes, they normally have something that makes them very strong, like disables or something. Like Earthshaker is pretty squishy, but he has got
Skeleton King.
It has got the Fisher. You don't want to be giving away a Fisher to your opponents, and they do want to be giving away a blast, a Hellfire blast, a stun to their opponents. And now they basically have all their 3 attributes complete. HWA, they make sure that Empire does not really know what to ban out, because that is pretty strong. As I said during the previous draft that we saw, like, these rules are basically the only thing that gives the opponent team a bit of an idea about what you're going to be drafting for them, because you're not going to be sticking to lanes. Normally you ban heroes out that, you know, go for specific roles because you know what kind of roles other heroes play. No such thing. You can no longer, if you're Empire, no longer know what you can ban out. Just heroes that you don't want to be playing. Okay, fair enough, but there are so many heroes in there. I mean, really, you don't know what HWA has in store for you. We got the last pickup for Empire, for HWA. So let's see what they're gonna draft. Their opponent team. Is it also gonna be a strength hero, a strength ranged? If they picked up Huskar, they have got something against it already, being the Necrolite, but they want to give away the axe instead. Not a bad hero though. Kind of interesting to see how that's gonna be going. If they can make that work. An axe normally is being stopped by disables, and now there's quite a lot of disables, as in they already have the Reaper's Scythe and a stun from the Skeleton King, and that is normally not a lot, but in this mode it is actually quite a lot. But
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah. Let's see what we're gonna see banned. Drow is gonna get banned. I mean, HWA know that they are still needing to be handed a range, so they're probably gonna be only banning ranged heroes. I mean, they have some sort of guidance about what Empire wants to pick against them, what Empire needs to pick against them. So they can ban those ranged heroes that they don't want to be playing. And Empire bans out the Pugna, a hero that they don't want to be facing. Interesting to see. Interesting indeed. Well, we'll see now if there's going to be another ranged ban out coming from HWA. They're taking their time though. Both teams actually ticking quite heavily into the bonus time. Something that we have noticed in all the games that we've seen today and yesterday and Friday as well is that teams have to take a lot of time to think about this. And actually, they ban out Viper. Now, we've seen them banning out Viper before, but I kind of like Viper. Viper is a pretty strong hero if you get it handed to you. And it's, I mean, you get yourself a slow, you get yourself a lot of mid-game dominance, as Bloodseeker is the one that gets banned out on the side of Empire. But I kind of am interested in, like, why Viper? I don't know. I would normally think that Viper would be pretty strong, as, well, it kind of depends also what Empire is expecting that if Kingston is going to be doing with their lanes. I mean, Axe can go into the jungle, Phantom Assassin can go into the off lane, Zeus can go mid, Phantom Assassin can go on farming, can go on a support role, as we've seen him as well earlier today. HWA actually has a lot of different roles they can play, and now Enchantress is going to be the last ban out. We already saw a Chen getting banned out on the side of Empire in the previous game. Interesting to see, because that was the first time that we actually saw Chen being in the tournament regardless, like picked or banned, because he has not been picked nor banned, because purely, I mean, to be fair, Chen is a pretty strong hero if you play him right, but maybe they don't have anybody to play him, and that's going to be their way of giving away that they don't have anybody to play him, or maybe they want to try and force out something, because that's of course something that you can do as well. Like now, maybe Kingston thinks, you know what, they're afraid of the Enchantress, maybe they're also afraid of the Chen. Even though I don't think that they should be trying to give that away though, and they draft the Spectre for them instead. Of course, the Spectre, which we have seen a lot earlier as well, though I have to say she has been on the winning side often as well. She's been doing fairly well for herself, and I mean, if you're gonna be having the Zeus against her, like I was gonna say, or like I said earlier, you want to pick up heroes that are fairly squishy up against that Zeus. Spectre is actually very decent against the Zeus because of her dispersion, and she can just reflect some of the damage, so it is quite decent. As we see Empire thinking about their next pickup. Ever since I said that the team's using a lot of their bonus time, both teams haven't really used that much of their bonus time. And they give away the Witch Doctor again. More disable coming. But I have to say, like, now if you know that you're having a Spectre and you're gonna hunt, well, that Witch Doctor and that Zeus are gonna be having a tough time, because they are pretty squishy, and the Hunt is going to do a lot of damage. If that Spectre gets up some farm, she'll be having a fun time. But let's see. Last pickup incoming that HWA Kingston is going to do. They're going to be picking the last one for Empire.
5 seconds remaining.
And like I said, they don't need to worry about any restrictions anymore. And neither does Empire anymore, by the way, because they now have 2 ranged and all the attributes. So they can draft for Empire anything that they want to draft.
Remaining.
I'm curious to see if Empire is going to draft another Broodmother for Kingston. And they give them a Faceless Void, another farmer to the board. Thinking about lanes. You can see Necroman Light mid, or as a support sniper mid, or farming somewhere. Faceless Void can solo farm. Spectre can farm elsewhere. Everybody needs to farm. Okay, well, we'll see how they're gonna be doing it. Skeleton King probably gonna be either jungle or support though. He is the most logical hero to be fulfilling that role as Empire.
10 seconds
Is gonna be thinking about last pick up they're gonna be doing for HWA. A Broodmother could work out. And they have got a sniper again, they've got a Spectre again, they have got those two heroes that they had in the previous game as well, and it worked okay. Up against the Brood.
And
they're not giving any, like, they have of course given away the Phantom Assassin. Oh wow. I've been saying every time that they don't want to be giving Enigma to the opponent team because it's just too much disable. But they give away an Enigma anyway. Even though they don't have that much to stop it with. Well, I say that, and actually, Faceless Void can bash, Skeleton King can stun, Sniper can headshot, Necrolite can Reaper Scythe. Only Spectre really doesn't have anything, but Spectre is pretty tanky, so won't go down and or that fast anyway. And AoE damage wise, they do have that. I mean, the combination is there for HWA, but it's kind of interesting to see how they're going to be laning this. Zeus mid, maybe Witch Doctor as support, Enigma on the off lane, Axe in the jungle, and Phantom Assassin farming. We'll find out.
10 seconds.
I kind of like this. Different heroes. Empire delivers, making sure that we're not going to be seeing the same heroes over and over again. And wait a second. Here's a pause anyway. There we go. Sorry for the people in the chat, as HWA is a Turkish team and there is no Turkish caster, and the language of your team is allowed, and there is actually a Turkish mod as well, so. So don't worry about flames. Anyways. Let's take a look at who is gonna be playing what. HWA on the dire side is gonna be Yobi playing the Witch Doctor. We're gonna be seeing 35 playing the Axe. He's gonna be going into the jungle, probably actually looking at his inventory. Elwind gonna be on the Phantom Assassin, a hero that he has played a couple of times now in this Reversed Captainsmode draft. Probably looking to be going on the farming role right now, and that is everybody on the top lane. A dual lane and a jungle hero on the side of HWA. On the mid lane we're going to be seeing Zeus, so Necroman will take up that role, and on the off lane indeed is going to be Stansfield on the Enigma. So no surprises on the lanes on the side of Empire, or so on the side of HWA. And we are going to be seeing Empire's Scandal playing the sniper once more. Well, I say once more, but he is going to be playing the sniper. He of course played the Clinks on the previous time. Twisted is going to be playing the Faceless Void. Picked himself up a poor man's shield and got pulled some tangos. So quite curious to see how they're going to be doing this, because Scandal wants farm as well. Is this going to be a jungling? Interesting. We'll find out. We're going to be seeing Bagel. He basically pulled off everybody, gave everybody regen, and has got nothing apart from one clarity. And of course going to use his stun to try and get a first blood or kills going for himself. We have Blow Your Brain in the mid lane. And he is going to be playing that Necrolite as expected in the mid lane. And on the off lane we're going to be having Vigos once again on the off lane, this time up against a duo tri-lane. Should be able to at least gain some levels. Might not be getting that much farm, as we have got Blow Your Brain already taking a lot of harassment from Necroman. But Necroman, I mean, he is fine. He's got some tangos. He is going to be okay for himself. In the meantime, Enigma is trying to of course deny as many creeps as he can, and block as well. Just trying to make sure that the creep wave at some point will reach his tower so he can get some experience, because he can't really go out of tower comfort zone just yet. But the creep wave is going to be pushed out, though the first wave is already pulled back also by Twisty. He's just going to be full-time jungling. I must say I entirely love his Battle Fury. Oh, wait a second. Well, that's fine. That goes fine. I don't want to be missing first blood, of course, as I mean these kind of matchup has been making it quite tough for me to figure out where the first blood's going to happen, because it all depends on the players, and you know, I don't have the mind of a player, so I don't. Oh, first blood, Vegas, trouble. Yep. 8, 10 HP, boom, first blood. Yobi gets it. So it doesn't really make that much sense to me where the first blood's actually going to happen, when it's actually going to be happening. But it does happen on the top lane. Yobi helping out with the paralyzing cask. And that's one of the reasons why I, in the first game, said it might be questionable to give away a Witch Doctor, purely because he has got that disable. In the meantime, Blow Your Brain looking for a bit of pressure here. Wanting to try and harass Necroman a bit to force to use his last bottle charge, but he has a courier already waiting to bottle crow it there, going back and forth to get himself a full bottle again. And Blow Your Brain in the meantime 6 for 0, while Necroman is sitting on 9 for 1, so Necroman is slightly ahead in terms of last hit. We'll see how long he can continue up with that, or how long he can keep up with that. Because of course now he just needs to constantly probably bottle crow. It's going to be quite annoying for him. In the meantime, Sniper level 3 for him. Stansfield though managed to get himself some experience, and he gets himself the Enigma. What am I saying? Gets himself the get himself the experience and lane. That's what I was saying. Wow, it's totally awkward there. Doesn't matter. He is having an okay time. In the meantime, on the top lane, we're going to be seeing Vigos again in some trouble. Going to be getting cursed, going to be getting a stun. And here also comes Axe out of the jungle. Battle Hunger is there, and this should be a kill. And that is indeed going to be the Witch Doctor's curse. The Maledict that picks up the kill. Vigos having a tough time on the top lane. In the meantime, though, it is Sniper that goes down on the top lane after killing off the Enigma. Went a bit too greedy for the Enigma. And, well, unfortunately for Enigma, he didn't get any instance of damage up on that Sniper, so the kill goes to the Dire rather than to Enigma himself. But you know, kill is a kill. Try to shut down that that Sniper a bit is always good, as we have Bagel probably going to be having to go back to base. I mean, he doesn't have anything, no regen, no nothing, just was standing around to get some more experience, but doesn't get it. Well, maybe he got it. He's level 2. He's okay. Picked himself up the critical strike, of course. I mean, I say of course, but it would have actually been also okay to see him picking up stats, purely because he is a support, and you know, he's not going to be there to do the damage. But a critical strike, maybe he's going to get lucky, maybe he's going to be okay with that, as we see that Vigos comes in to try throw out some last hits here on the top lane. Yobi has got himself 2 kills already, so looking pretty nice for him as a support. Witch Doctor, always great to have boots at this early on in the game, and of course also having the liberty of upgrading courier very fast. Again, that first blood money definitely helped out for that one. Scandal in the meantime, 23 for 6 on the last hits, and Empire on the mid lane also doing okay on the last hits. It is Blow Your Brain that has got 24 for 0. He's going to be finding Axe soon though. Axe hanging around there with the Battle Hunger, with the counter heal except level 2. We're going to be seeing if he's going to try to go for something. The only downside is that he hasn't got anybody any level in Berserker's Call, so can't really force Blow Your Brain to attack him to get that counter helix out of there. But the creeps will try to help out anyway, and it's gonna still be a kill, especially with Stansfield coming in. Or is it? Yes, it is. No. It is the Battle Hunger that in the end does the job. 35 has got his Tranquil Boots, so we'll be able to heal up again, as well as we have another Bottle Crow for Zeus, of course, and he's almost level 6. Almost ready to take the game. HWA so far 4-1, doing really nicely, but we saw last game as well, Empire, they were then able to come back into the game using their carry heroes that were farmed up. The only downside is, I mean, last game, wait a second, Vigos in some trouble, gonna be getting stunned up, Battle Hunger as well, and will be going down once again. Trying to do as much as he can before he runs away, before he dies, but die he shall. Another kill going the way of 35. But the thing that I was gonna say is that last game they had a Clinks, and that is one of those heroes that can definitely make a difference in the mid game, and you can just, you know, turn the entire momentum of the game around. And this time, I mean, they've got a Spectre that's not really farming well. They've got a Skeleton King that's not really trying to farm anything. Scandal can try to do it if he gets himself enough farm, but then again, that takes a bit of extra time, as we have a dive, and Necrolite's not going to be one of those heroes that can haunt and kill stuff. And I don't mean the haunt from the Spectre, but I just mean you know, get momentum on the map. He's not really one of those heroes. He's a sustainable hero. That's all nice and stuff, but that's about it. He is going to be able to get those last hits and then maybe try to push down the tower a bit. It is going to be Axe that's coming towards him, though he sees it. gonna be all fine. As Axe is gonna be landing a Battle Hunger. There comes the stun though, just stopping them from going through. They shouldn't want to continue here, especially not when Enigma comes in with a level 2 Malefice. Wow, I'm gonna mess that up. Malefice and Maledict in the same game. Normally doesn't happen, because normally Witch Doctor doesn't play.
Kid, catch.
Lances. Spectre, again, has to be careful here though. I mean, Elwind is farming nicely, 31 for 11, not really up to par with Scandal or with Blow Your Brain, but still doing an okay job of keeping up. And of course, I mean, he is one of those carries that even early on, if he's lucky enough, he can do something with his farm. Question is, when is he gonna get forced to? When is Empire gonna make their move? Or is Empire gonna make their move? Or is Empire just gonna be content with just trying to drag the game out as long as possible just to try and get some farm up, as we have actually Skeleton King taking some extra farm while Blow Your Brain was on a break. Well, he goes back to the jungle. We haven't really looked that much at Twista. He's trying to farm a bit in the jungle. Now we see that he has 16 last hits, but we can't count those because his last hits in the jungle. Again, if the game lasts long enough, Faceless Void will be just as much as a menace as anybody else in this game, and he's actually going to be found out by Stansfield, who is going to be making some Eidolons. And this is actually going to be Twista in some trouble probably, or is it going to be Stansfield in trouble? Tries to eat his way through and is actually going to land a Malefice, and there comes the assassinate. Boom, you're dead. Sniper picks up the kill at the same time though. Zeus went down in the mid lane, and actually, wow, the Eidolons actually still picked up the Faceless Void. But Zeus went down in the mid lane, Blow Your Brain doing that one, Reaper Scythe being helped from that one. He's gonna get stunned up though. Oh, he's gonna go down. That curse is gonna do so much damage. Never mind, the crit will finish him up before the curse does. Elwind coming in with his ulti, being lucky as can be. We have got 3 to 7 on the kill score, and let's take a look at the net worth. Scandal is highest on top of there. No real surprise actually, because he is last, or he's highest on the last hits, that is. And of course just got that kill as well, so has got 2 kills to his name, even though he died for 1. Was fairly early in the game, so didn't lose that much gold. I have to say though, it is the Phantom Assassin that is keeping up, and if she is lucky enough, she will be able to burst down the sniper real fast. So. And the thing about a sniper is, of course, I mean, sniper is a very long-range hero, especially if he does take aim max out. It's normally his strength to just be able to stand at the back. And wait a second, HWA looking for an opening, gonna find Bagel first. They don't want to be using the stun up on him though, they're gonna just use the ultimate, that's gonna be a kill. The TP out was still happening from the sniper, so at least that's gonna be something that they sacrificed. For getting the sniper out of there safe. But the thing about a sniper is very long ranged, and normally you have a bit of a way to do this, like to get the sniper you have to go through X and X and X hero. In this case it's gonna be the Spectre, it's gonna be the Face of Void, Necrolite especially, also a very tanky hero, Skeleton King as well, and the sniper will just stand at the back and kill stuff. But if you have a Phantom Assassin that is very farmed, he doesn't care about heroes that stand in between him and the, wait a second, that was a haunt just in time, actually. It is gonna be Bagel that's gonna be in a lot of trouble though. Yobi gonna be trying to run away, and Black Hole being cast at Bagel. He's gonna be going down, but as does the Enigma Scandal, gonna be getting a lance and his crit from Elwind, who comes in to try and take his kill still. I mean, Spectre was able to stay alive, but, yeah, Sniper wasn't. Nobody else was, apart from the Necrolite, who got himself a tower kill in the meantime. But yeah, as I said, Elwind is one of those heroes, is playing one of those heroes that is not going to care about how many heroes stand in between him and the sniper. He can just jump forward and just splash him to death, and that is something that you can definitely do, because Sniper is a fairly squishy hero. He's called a glass cannon for a reason, and is going to be very susceptible to those crits, but then again, who isn't? Axe is going to be almost having his Blink Dagger, will be able to make a big appearance in the game soon. We're going to be having the gold graph slightly in favor of HWA, but not by that much. Towers are even. I mean, we just saw a tower being taken down on both sides, so the difference is not that big. We're going to have the experience graph at 1500 in favor of HWA. They have the most kills, but again, not that much difference just yet, as we have got Axe TPing out. Buy your Blink Dagger right now, because you're not going to live through to buy.
Axe is blunted.
No.
Rot starts at the head.
It didn't buy his Blink Dagger. If he wanted to go for Blink Dagger to begin with, because of course I don't know that, but I would be expecting that. Got the initiation going.
Radiant's top
But
tower is
didn't buy the
under
blink dagger
attack.
before he died. Lost 300 gold and then some. Unfortunately for him. Vigos having the haste rune run out on him. He's going to be maybe trying to go for Stansfield, but Joby comes in and he is actually being forced back. Vigos is going to be having to run for his life soon if he's not careful. Tower will go down. In the meantime, from the back end, it comes Elwyn. Cares about only the tower right now since he already saw Blow Your Rain coming in from the side. Let's see if they're going to be able to get a deny. Yes, they do. They get it. Blink Strike towards his teammates and should be able to get away alive, especially if they show low down Twisted Chronosphere. Might as well, right? Might as well. Yobi is gonna be the target. Haunt being used, looking for a target. Stansfield does not have his black hole. We're gonna be having the ultimate being used from Necroman, already burning away all the illusions from Vigos. It is still gonna be Zeus that goes down, but Blow Your Brain getting critted to death as well. Elwyn, did he come into far? Hello, X. Welcome with the Berserker Skull to the party. He's gonna be able to chop down Twista, but not needed because Stansfield just picks him off. Anyway, we're gonna be seeing Vigos trying to run away. You're gonna get jumped on. No crits for Elwyn just yet though. And 35 looking for a kill up on Bagel. Might be trying to go for an ulti. Doesn't have any mana though. Does have his blink dagger right now as Vigos in a lot of trouble again. Gonna get Malefist up and gonna be going down there as Axe was not able, actually was able to kill off Skeleton King. That was the Battle Hunger doing the job for him. And that is gonna be not a team wipe because Scandal wasn't there, but it's gonna be 4 dead on the side of Empire, and the only thing they got in return for it was the Witch Doctor that they used the Chronosphere on. Not really worth it at all. At all whatsoever. Scandal still building towards his ghost, well, Shadow Blade I should say. Blow Your Brain, what you doing there, buddy? I think it was in a bit too far over his head. I mean, HWA, they didn't back off. No backtrack for Twista here. Oh, there he backtracks. He still gets the slow and the stun and the crit. Yeah. No backtrack on the most important spell. Stun still hits dagger as well. Elwyn in some trouble. It is gonna be able to jump himself away into safety. Should be getting healed up in time. Bagel gonna be having the Battle Hunger up on him and will be going down, but has of course got his Ancat mana for that still left. Actually some trouble, getting slowed down by the Angry Revival from Bagel. Gonna get stunned up, but here comes Elwyn with a crit and a hit, and there's a kill. And this Phantom Assassin is doing the works right now. 4 for 0 for 7. She's level 11. If you take a look at the levels, it's a big difference between the heroes of HWA. The more important heroes anyway. Oh, Chronosphere up on 3. Stansfield not getting in there though, but doesn't have any mana to do anything. And 5 seconds for his ghost, for his soul ring to be back up. It's gonna be the axe that still goes down. Elwyn still alive, gonna get assassinated though. 1 more hit needed. Let's see if he gets it. Yes, he does. And it's gonna be Stansfield trying to get away and will not be able to do so. That's a team wipe. A team wipe. Empire gets it and gets themselves a good fight. And still have themselves the tier 2 tower also to write home about. I mean, not by that much. I mean, it's very low. It will be getting denied probably sooner rather than later. But Empire getting that team wipe, very important. And of course, having an Enigma standing there without mana. The Malefist Twista with the Chronosphere was perfect. Everybody was able to help attack, and well, almost everybody I say. It was just a good one. It's gonna be Yobi that's gonna be finding himself a Faceless Void. There's a Berserker Skull trying to help out, but Yobi's still in a lot of trouble. Gonna be chased down by the Spectre. It is gonna be the Skeleton King that actually went down to deny the tower. Here comes Necroman looking for something. It is gonna be Sniper that still was able to pick up 35. Yobi trying to do what he can before he goes down, but down he goes regardless. Elwyn trying to run away, and all of a sudden Empire, do they have this in the bag? Do they have got this momentum that I was talking about? When are they gonna be throwing out some action? Is this the moment that I was talking about? Stansfield's gonna be bursted down already. Necrolite getting the last hit. 3 kills already back up on the board, and Elwyn might be the 4th one. He's gonna be able to jump to Necroman to keep himself alive and should be able to live through this, but it looks like there's gonna be a tier 2 tower that will pay for it instead. And this is Empire just rolling through it. They got pressured hard at the start, and HWA really looked to be having a convincing lead, but all of a sudden a couple of fights and a bit of overextension from HWA and a good Chronosphere from Twista, and everything turns around. And they get the tier 2 tower. Tier 1 tower in the mid is already going down as well. Towers are actually right now even, with 3 towers still standing on either side. But Empire, they take it back. Look at this. Gold, bam! Going to 5k gold. Experience? I mean, kills that happen later on in the game mean more, and since Empire took the later kills, they get more experience. Going towards 7k. Empire looking strong. after a bit of a, well, a bit of a slow start, one would say. Vigos getting himself the Vanguard, same build as previous time. There is a blink up on 35. Stun up on the Enigma, gonna get assassinated as well. There's the Hunt as well, and the Chronosphere. Can he kill it? No, he walks into that, but doesn't matter. He still goes down. Sniper does the job. Yobi gonna be getting picked off there as well. Here's the blink forward and the Berserker Skull. 35 trying to do what he can. Elvin coming in. Can he do something here? He's forced out already, getting stunned up, getting himself the Reaper Scythe from Blow Your Brain. And it was the Faceless Void that picks up the kill. And Empire looking to be going out for more blood. The GG is actually being called. It is HWA that realizes that this is something they cannot fight. Assassination still hits, but the GG goes out, and it is Empire that is victorious in a 16-minute game. HWA not able to take the advantages and continue to advance. I mean, those Chronospheres, the control, the stun, the disable, it is not enough to take control of the game anymore, and Empire takes the game in convincing fashion in the end. Not really in the front though. Anyways, it is gonna be. This was to be the last game of the evening for the Reversed Captainsmode of the AtoD 3rd edition tournament. So Reversed Captainsmode. That's why it's Dota and Reverse AtoD. AtoD. Sorry, AtoD 3. And of course, you can buy the ticket for this tournament in the Dota client. This is only the group stages. The main tournament itself will be casted by Toby, as he was of course supposed to be casting today as well, as I already announced that yesterday on stream, but unfortunately he wasn't able to cast just yet, so standing in once again. No further matches have been scheduled, so we'll soon find out. You can of course check out my website to be finding it out, or at least no further matches have been scheduled for the European group. The American group is going to continue tonight at 1 AM CEST time, so 1 hour past midnight, depending on what time zone you're in. And yeah, then you can continue watching the Reverse Captainsmode. For now, thank you for watching. I hope you stick around for watching a bit of commercials. If you want to, you can. If you want to continue watching a competitive Dota 2, I believe that the game is still going on between Alliance and Dignitas on the Premier League stream casted by Blaze and No-Tail. So you can check that out if you want to. And I think that was it. That was it. Anyways, stick around for commercials, and I might be playing some matchmaking, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Anyways, be right back.